Rush, Irish, Ros Eó, meaning peninsula of the yew trees, pronounced Ros. Officially incorrectly named, and Ross is a small seaside town in Fingal, County Dublin, Ireland. It lies on the Irish Sea coast between Skerries and Lusk, on the R128 regional road. It had a population at the 2011 census of 9,231. Rush is also a parish in the Fingal North deanery of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Dublin. Rush was once viewed as the heart of market gardening in Leinster, and many people were employed in agriculture. Nowadays, however, horticulture and agriculture have been superseded by Rush's increasing role as a commuter belt town. History and historic features. There is evidence of settlement in the Rush area dating back to Neolithic times. Flint tools have been found in the area, and there is a passage grave and cist located off the Skerries Road on the headland to the north of North Beach. Drumanna. A giant promontory fort is located on the headland of Drumanna, north of Rush. It is surrounded on three sides by cliffs, and a large rampart encloses the fourth side. The site has not been excavated, but it is thought that it dates back to the Bronze or Iron Age. An article in the Sunday Times in January 1996 claimed that Roman coins, brooches and copper ingots were found at the site, and that there was clear evidence of a Roman coastal fort of up to 40 acres. A significant Roman beachhead, built to support military campaigns in the 1st and 2nd centuries A.D. Quote, "This claim is disputed by many archaeologists who see this simply as evidence of trade between Ireland and the Romans." The artifacts were illegally excavated after being discovered with metal detectors, so they have not been available for further study. According to Barry Raftery of UCD, Drumanna may well have been, and probably was, a major trading station linking Ireland and Roman Britain. It was probably populated with a mixture of Irish, Romano-British, Gallo-Roman, and others, doubtless including a few genuine Romans as well. Legal disputes with the landowner have meant that further excavations have not been carried out to be able to settle the debate. St. Maur's Church. The ruins of the original St. Maur's Chapel lie in Whitestown Cemetery, about a mile west of the centre of Rush. These date back to Anglo-Norman times and are named after St. Maurice, a followers of Saint Benedict. There is a legend connected with these ruins that some French navigators, who may have been crusaders, got caught in a storm. They made a vow to Saint Maur that if they survived they would build a chapel in his honor on the first point of land they reached. They subsequently landed at Rogerstown and built a chapel there in his honor. The area became known as Knightstown and later Whitestown. In 1776, a church was built closer to the center of Rush to replace the old chapel. It was also dedicated to Saint Maur and is one of the earliest examples of a penal Catholic church in the Fingal area. It now houses Rush Library. The current Catholic Church of St. Maur is beside the 1776 building. It was dedicated in 1989 and is in the new, post-Vatican II style, Kenua House. 2 miles north from the center of Rush village lies a magnificent portico which is all that remains of Kenua House, a large mansion which had many acres of an estate around it. The name is an anglicized version of Cuornai up Hair, meaning headland of the yew trees. There is a nearby ruined church which was dedicated to Saint Damnan, and also nearby are the ruins of a small Norman keep. Kenua formed part of the ancient manor of Rush, which was vested in the Earls and Dukes of Ormond in 1666. They held on to their lands in Rush until 1714, until the Eklunds took over. They remained there until 1780. Elizabeth Eklund married Francis Palmer of Castle Lachan Co Mayo, Colonel R. H. Fenwick Palmer, the last of the line. sold the estate to the Irish Land Commission in 1964. The portico of Kenmure House was added to the house in and about 1840 by George Papworth, an English architect who practiced in Ireland during the 19th century. Many films were made on location at the Great House. These include The Face of Fu Manchu, 1965, 10 Little Indians, 1965 film which features the Great House extensively as the main setting for the story, with some fleeting glimpses of the outside portico, and Jules Verne's Rocket to the Moon, aka Rocket to the Moon, 1967. The house fell into disrepair and was demolished in 1978, when the housing estate St. Catherine's was built on part of the former estate. Smuggling. Rush was notorious for smuggling in the 18th century after the British imposed excise duties on a large number of goods. It was home to the famed smuggler Jack Connor, aka Jack the Bachelor, and also Jack Field, and the birthplace of the pirate Luke Ryan. Jack Connor was a popular Robin Hood-type figure who is mentioned in an old ballad. Jack operated out of the smuggler's cave between Lough Shinny and Skerries. He died in 1772 and was buried in Kenmure Cemetery. Luke Ryan was born in Rush in 1750. He emigrated to France when he was young and became a lieutenant in Dillon's Irish Regiment. He later became a smuggler after returning to Rush. He was commissioned by Benjamin Franklin to run a privateer, the Black Prince, to plunder English ships. He accumulated great wealth from his smuggling, but it was taken from him by the French. He eventually died in a debtor's prison in 1789 owing a debt of £200. Martello Towers. The Martello Towers on the headland near the North Beach and at Drumanor were built in 1803 as a defense against Napoleon. Sports. Rush is home to several sports clubs, including Noy of Moor GAA Club, Rush Athletic F.C., Rush Sailing Club, Rush Cricket Club, Elite Taekwondo Academy, Rush Fight Academy, Ros and Lusk Karate Club, and the Benny Murphy Darts Tournament. Shamrock Rovers in Ireland. Footballer Stephen McPhail is from Rush and played for Rush Athletic in his junior years. There is also a number of players playing in the League of Ireland from the area. England Test cricketer Owen Morgan grew up in Rush. 1. Amenities. Rush has several pubs and clubs together with a small number of restaurants. The local Millbank Theatre, home to Rush Dramatic Society, is respected for its quality plays and dramas. Rush Musical Society is well respected for its annual productions also. Rush has two sandy beaches, called the North Beach and South Beach, which are separated by the rocky head of the peninsula and a small tidal harbour. Rush Harbour. The peninsula is the closest point of land to the privately owned Lambay Island. The prevailing winds and tides make Rush South Beach an extremely popular kitesurfing location, while its sand and dunes attract many visitors. Close to the south shore is 9-hole golf links. In the past, Rush had many caravan sites which were popular for summer holidays. It still has some caravan sites close to its beaches. Rush Sailing Club is also located near the South Shore and operates from a second harbour, Rogerstown Harbour, situated on the Rogerstown estuary, known locally as the Pier. This harbour is also used by a supply boat, the Shamrock, which provides supplies for the inhabitants of Lambay Island. Education facilities. Rush has 3 primary schools, including Goilscoil Ros Eó, Rush National School, St. Catherine's National School. There is also a secondary school, including St. Joseph's Secondary School. Transport. Rush and Lusk Railway Station, opened on the 25th of May 1844, is served by commuter, formerly Arrow, suburban trains between Dublin and Drogheda. Twinning. Rush is twinned with the following place: Gourin, Brittany, France; San Mauro Castelverde, Sicily, Italy. See also: List of towns and villages in Ireland.